darlings, it is another, well, how should we put it? It's just another walk in the park at this point. And I'm using that expression loosely for Diddy because definitely he is not walking in the park. Neither are his close friends, family members, and all that good stuff. It is out of control. Holy dang. But first, how are you guys doing? I hope you're having a fabulous day, fabulous week. Honestly, work. I don't see myself getting less busy with work until about December. Because that's when people would really be, busy-ish, busier with the upcoming Christmas holiday. So I foresee it to be a little bit more lax on me because it's been mentally straining. Holy cow. But not as mentally straining as the Diddy's, lawsuits. And now, new lawsuit. Ah, dang. I mean, okay, I knew at this point he was probably going to have like a gazillion more, but I really wasn't thinking there would be this many. And in the case of this new lawsuit filed by Texas lawyer Tony Busby, Buzbee. So this lawyer, before we get into the article, which has been covered by just about everyone, Entertainment Tonight, you've got Rolling Stones covering it, you've got CNN covering it. Hello? I'm like, CNN? Okay. Not that they haven't been covering a lot of Diddy stuff, but I'm just saying. Anywho, back to the lawyer of who is representing the plaintiffs of over 100 people, including minors at the time of the alleged misconduct by Diddy against their person. So the lawyer is called the lawyer's name is Tony Busby, and according to their law firm's website, he is a leader in his field and at the top of his profession. He is a Texas born and raised lawyer. The New York Times Magazine describes him as one of the most successful trial lawyers in the country. Texas Monthly has said of Mr. Busby as having made his name going after corporations, and he usually wins big. Now we know that Diddy owns a host of different businesses, corporations, some under the name of his mother, some under the name of his children, but I feel like those also have his hand in, like he's also like a part of the employees in some capacity. And further, the New York Times states about Tony Busby, Mr. Busby is a big, mean, ambitious, tenacious, fire-breathing Texas trial lawyer. Really big. Poster boy big. Okay, all right. Well, I'm just saying. He is a former recon Marine officer. His mettle has been tested time and again through some of the most demanding training in the armed services, and due to his involvement in some of the most intense Marine operations in various countries, Busby didn't just survive or endure as a Marine officer, he excelled in the Marine Corps. Officers are taught to lead from the front, to do more with less, to work smart, to hit fast, and exploit weaknesses, and to be creative. Tony Busby and the firm he has built use these same principles and attitudes in the practice of law. So, anywho, that's a short bit about Tony Busby. He also, after college, was recognized as an honor graduate from his initial training in the Marine Corps. Let's see. This is from his webpage, by the way. Um, he entered law school after leaving the Marine Corps at the University of Houston Law Center. He was the managing editor of the Houston Law Review, elected as class captain by his peers, and also a member of the Order of the Coif, Order of the Barristers, and Order of the Barons. So, anywho, he also was selected to serve as a briefing attorney for a federal district judge in the Southern District of Texas, Galveston Division. So, obviously, he is not inept. Let's just say that. He is, according to his notable commendations, he is a tried and true, and his medal he has earned. So, he also has represented matters regarding offshore litigation, commercial litigation, toxic torts, these record setting verdict for 10 workers exposed to carbon disulfide at the BP Texas City plant. He represented more than 10,000 FEMA trailer residents who were suing, claiming formaldehyde exposure while living in FEMA trailers, and also serves as MDL plaintiffs steering committee. He's also represented class actions, products liability, copyright infringement, environmental litigation, government regulation, wrongful death, antitrust, class actions, and so much more. Oh, and this also includes negligence and or personal injury. And of course, we know that a lot of Sean Combs' alleged victims were suing him, and including the plaintiffs being represented by Tony Busby and his law firm, are also claiming personal injury against their person, courtesy of Sean Combs and accomplices. So, per CNN, Sean Combs is facing new allegations from over 100 men and women who obtained legal representation and are planning to file civil lawsuits against the embattled, yes, heavy on the embattled media mogul in the coming weeks. And this is according to, again, Tony Busby during his press conference earlier today. His law firm, along with the Ava Law Group, have been retained by at least 120 individuals, quote, to pursue cases in civil court, end quote, against Combs, and who contacted them after. These are 120 individuals contacted them, the law firm, after claiming to be victimized, quote unquote, victimized by Combs and other individuals or entities, aka his accomplices. Some of the cases they intend to file, according again to Mr. Busby, will center on allegations of violent, intimate assault, or R, intimate abuse, facilitating coitus with controlled substance, false imprisonment, compelling selling of your person, intimate misconduct, dissemination of video recordings, and intimate abuse of minors. Wow. The musician and businessman Sean Combs was indicted on federal charges, including trafficking, earlier this month. He has not pled guilty, and he is still being kept at the Metropolitan Detention Center in New York. A far cry, obviously, from the mansions that he owns, right? From the lap of luxury that he's used to. He's been used to for at least 20 years now. Tony Busby, the lawyer, said that of the 120 people who've retained his firm, half of them are men and half are women. And 25 of those individuals were minors. They were minors, children, at the time of the alleged incidents, which they claim occurred in Los Angeles, New York, and Miami during parties and at times during music industry related auditions. I mean, didn't Diddy have, I mean, we saw him trying to put together, was this making the band, right? They had Danny Kane. They had, what is the other band that he put together? It was an all male group as well. Um, they were all African Americans and they sang good. I can't remember their names now, but just two that I can remember. But I'm pretty sure he may have had, other music related auditions, quote unquote auditions. Further in the report from CNN, quote, as Mr. Combs' legal team has emphasized, he cannot address every meritless allegation in what has become a reckless media circus. That said, Mr. Combs emphatically and categorically denies as false and defamatory any claim that he intimately abused anyone, including minors. Unquote. This is from Erica Wolf, who is also an attorney for Sean Combs. She told this to CNN in a statement on Tuesday. Now, this particular lawyer sounds more like, I'm sorry to have to say this, but an actual formal professional lawyer as opposed to another lawyer of Sean Combs. What's his name? Agnifilo, I think his last name is. I mean, that guy seems to relish being front and center of camera. I'm just saying. Further, Erica Wolf added that Combs, quote, looks forward to proving his innocence and vindicating himself in court, and when claims are filed and served, where the truth will be established based on evidence and not speculation, unquote. Well, sir, we have seen the video of you physically abusing your then girlfriend, Cassie. So it would be really difficult for most everyone who is tuned in to what is going on with Sean Combs and the news surrounding him, right? To not revert back to the image of that. I mean, holy cow. I'm surprised he actually did not break a bone on her body. I mean, just watching that short, video, I could imagine my bones cracking if that was me. And imagine Cassie, so tiny and just so petite. My goodness. And I'm sure that's not even scratching the surface. Now, back to the firm representing the 120 plus plaintiffs. The firm said it plans to begin filing these cases within the next 30 days as they continue vetting and collecting evidence. My goodness. Further, they claim that more than 55% of the victims, quote, reported this conduct to either authorities, and that could be police, or to hospitals, and the firm is actively working to collect the records of the reports made to authorities. Ooh. Now that's gonna, there's gonna be heads rolling, being dragged in all directions. I'm sorry, coming from all directions. I mean, oh my. Busby also clarified that his firm is not filing a class action lawsuit. They're not filing a class action lawsuit as like one lawsuit against Sean Combs and his accomplices. Rather, each case will be filed individually in various states. And may not in some cases may not only be citing Combs as the defendant, but other individuals and entities also will be named on the claims and the evidence that based on the claims and the evidence that they collected. And we know that since last November, when Cassie kicked the gate really wide open, tore the hinges off, and the door frame or the gate frame, whatever that thing is called, when she sued him, her ex-boyfriend, Sean Combs, claiming, among other things, physical abuse and illicit, illegal substances being forced onto her person and other things. And we know that lawsuit was settled within 24 hours by Combs and Company. And that had actually emboldened other people who've been around Sean Combs and who experienced abuse from him in different capacities. Now, Combs, again, he continues to deny many of the allegations against him and has settled one claim, which is Cassie, but has not yet responded to all the lawsuits that remain active. I mean, he is currently, like I said, he is currently incarcerated at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, where he's awaiting trial on 3 criminal intimate trafficking and racketeering charges after being indicted by a grand jury. A grand jury indicted the guy. It wasn't just like the feds was just trying to keep him, locked up. No, it was a jury of his peers who, obviously, after having been presented damning evidence, indicted him. And of course, his attorneys are appealing his detention, seeking his release from jail as he awaits trial, but rightfully so. The judge is like, good try, but no thanks. No thanks. Additionally, a source previously told CNN that the majority of accusers who filed civil lawsuits had actually met with federal investigators during their months-long investigation. In March of 2024, Combs' residences in LA and Miami were searched by the Department of Homeland Security investigations. And it must be noted that the investigation on Diddy and his foolishness and shenanigans remains active and ongoing. So, darlings, oof, 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 oof. My. Oh my. Oh my. Well, let's see what other information will come out. I have to ask. For the minors who were, let's just say they were part of the people who were auditioning for like music videos or music industry related auditions. Where were their parents? Was it their parents that brought them to the hospital and or brought their allegations to the police? And do they have copies? I hope they have copies of the police report and or the hospital report, right? I mean, it's horrible to have done allegedly these acts, these heinous acts on adults, but to allegedly having also committed these heinous acts on minors. It's just a different kind of evil. Oh, cheese nuts. Oh my, oh my. Anywho, darlings, that's all we have for now. I'm sure we all know this is a developing story, so we shall try and share more when we get more. Okay. Well, you stay fabulous. Try to leave grace for others. And to always journey in gratitude. Thank you again, darlings, for those of you who continue to watch my videos and even my other videos. And also, those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for liking the videos. And also, if you haven't yet subscribed, my name is Cersei Royale, your funny little fun-sized auntie who loves her wigs. She's a little snarky, she's a little sweet, and always spicy. Anywho, darlings, I shall talk to you all later. Toodaloo for now. Bye.